So I got a call yesterday while I was out shopping, and it's not a call I was expecting. I got a call from UPS Freight that the floor pans got delivered. Woo! Damn it. So the new floor pans are in. Obviously they're not welded down at all. That's today's mission, is cutting out these old crusty floors. The nice new floors are here and I'm super excited. I didn't think they'd come in this fast. And as I was shopping, I got the call. He was like, "Hey, Chris from UPS Freight." I'm like, "Huh?" And he dropped them off. They're in good condition. They look great. So hopefully that has been a big holding point for the Firebird, because I can't really put in my subframe until the floors are in. If you guys see me talking funny, I have to go to Walgreens and grab some braces wax. If you guys have ever had braces, you know it's not fun. In any case, I didn't expect the floors to come in, and that was a big holding point for us. Wasn't really able to move forward, and now with the subframe having slowly been getting worked on, still have to fix up a few of these holes. Like this one's a lot better. These just need patches. A little bit of welding was done on the underside of that big cradle piece. These corners are all worked and look much better. So this is getting very close to being able to get pour 15'd and then slapped in there. I got all new hardware for it, all new bushings, and now we have the new floors to go ahead and actually weld these in so the car is somewhat solid. I'm probably gonna swap doors whenever I put these floors in, so maybe today, because obviously there's no glass here. I don't want my new floors getting gross and rusty, and wherever I weld, I'm probably just gonna rattle can today, and then I'll pour 15 the whole floor. Just to be safe, I don't want these nice new floors going in the trash, but look how good that's gonna look. But like I said, gotta make a quick errand first. Now do I take the Jeep, the YJ, or the Prelude? It's a Prelude day for sure. She's parked in the mud. I need to wash this thing. It is terribly dirty. And I also need to engine swap it and put a turbo in it and all that stuff. So, nice new floor pans. Took them back out of the Firebird. Just in case you guys are wondering why we're throwing a whole new floor in it. Yeah, that's why. Obviously, like the trans tunnel, pretty solid. Back here could use a little bit of patchwork, but I'm not gonna have back seats. I'm just gonna have a cage mounted back here, so that won't matter. But I figured if I'm, why buy 2 separate patch panels or 4 separate patch panels when that was going to cost about the same price as just doing the whole dang thing. So the whole dang thing shall be done. Taking my favorite tool here, very safe without the guard on it. Very safe. So we're gonna take this and take out all of that, like all of that. So I took a little break from the time lapsing, and well, I think I'm in over my head. So this whole floor is out, and these seem relatively solid. I need to fix up the seat bolt holes, of course, kind of what I expected. And then up here, gotta patch up this mount a little bit. That's not the floor, that is part of this mount. Gotta patch that. This is all the gross old metal that came out. And now I'm beginning the same process on the other side. I can't do it 1/2 at a time like I'd like to, because if you guys look at the pans over here, it's literally the whole floor right here, and it meets right in the middle. So I can't weld this to the old half and then cut the weld again to weld the new half on. Obviously that wouldn't make sense. So the plan is just chop the rest of this floor off. The most annoying parts are right there, where it's got a bunch of little welds where it holds the frame of the car, if you will, these little structural pieces where it holds that. So the floor pan, absolute pain. That's the worst. All the rest of it is literally just grinding and pulling. So not gonna time lapse it, just gonna take this chunk out. A little bit more cutting. Now I gotta take the old Wrangler YJ, go grab some new cutoff wheels, because I've been burning through these things real quick. This is the most life we have left in any of them, and it's an old one. And considering I'm gonna have to trim up my new floor pans, I don't want to do that with an old chunky wheel and get kind of gross cuts. Just gonna go spend the money, pick some new ones up, and then finish this cut it up there, peel the rest of this stuff off of these supports, and then just get fixing. So this is where we're at. There's like literally nothing left of the floor besides these back pans, which I still have to cut out and patch, but this was my floor. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna test fit the new ones, see how they fit, and then weld them in tomorrow, hopefully. Oh, I actually got a pour 15, clean a bunch of other stuff, but hopefully I could weld them in tomorrow. Obviously this is just a mock-up, and these the actual floors and these both need to be trimmed a little. I didn't cut enough back over here on the factory floor, and I'm not going to be using their pinch weld right here. This would normally go a bit farther over and down. I'm not doing that because it's all solid right there, so I'm going to trim that lip off. But that's about what it'll look like with those fresh new floors in it. That looks so good. And ignore that, that's obviously gonna get patched, but I'm stoked. That looks really good. So it has been 2 days since the last clip in this video, and that is because I wanted to take a little break, worked on the KTM, got some riding, and you guys will see that in the next video, maybe, or maybe the video before this, I don't know. I have a few KTM videos going up. I'm gonna try to get this one up in between the two. What we were working on the Firebird last time was the floors. So if we enter in here, we cut out, there's nothing under there. These are all the nice new floor pans. Now, right now there's a little lip on them, if you guys can see that. Ugh. So I gotta trim that right there and then weld it. I have to trim up the floors a bit more, trim up the pans themselves, make sure it all fits together. Obviously I still have to work on the back. That shouldn't be too hard. Right now this is what I'm focusing on. I'm gonna take the pans out, trim off the excess, trim up the floor a little bit, and then hopefully tack them in a little bit. I need to get more seam sealer for sure, but that's the current plan, and I'm obviously going to pour 15 the floors. Don't want them rusting, but that should finish up the floors. The idea was to cut this lip off because I don't need it, so to the side, that floor pan should theoretically fit, maybe. So I got the floors test fitted, and that is, I mean obviously they have to be welded together, and this one has to be pushed forward a little bit, but there's like a chunk of metal up there that's got to be trimmed. Look at how good these things fit. That is so impressive. So I'm not going to be doing any welding today. If you guys remember, when the floors are out, there's those two cross brace things in the middle. What I want to do is make those out of super reinforced metal, like super thick steel, or maybe even like tubular, so it's super stiff. It'll help stiffen up the chassis a little bit, get rid of a little bit of body roll, hold the whole car together a bit better. So I'd love to do that. Obviously you have to weld the floors in and then seam seal them. I have to pour 15 everything under the floors because there's no point in putting in brand new floors and the rockers right next to it are gonna rot out. So a bunch more metal work needs to be done just in that general area. So we still need to do a decent amount of metal work underneath the floors. Obviously that has to be rectified, but that doesn't really matter. It matters, but not quite yet. That's not the big concern that we're worried about. My biggest concern is making sure underneath these floors is solid, super clean, never gonna rust again. That's where we're gonna use pour 15, do the whole thing, make it solid. With the floors in, and I'm not going to be welding anything today, obviously that would be counterintuitive, I'm going to end today's video. I didn't expect to cut the entire floor out when I first started this build, but I did. The whole floor is gone, got the new floors pretty much fitted. If I wanted to hack it together, I could just push it down and weld it how it is, but this build has to be a true representation of everything I've learned while working on cars and whatnot. So I want it to be super clean. If you guys want to follow this build, you can go ahead. You can subscribe to the channel, help support me, help me reach 1,000 subscribers. We are 108 away, I think. 108? I think so. Yeah, I don't know, I can't do math. We're getting very, very close to 1,000 subscribers, so thank you to those who have supported me so far, and thank you because I know you want to subscribe. This is juicy content. If you guys haven't seen my other videos, I race dirt bikes, I do all that stuff, so if you want to check that out, just more reasons to subscribe. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button. Comment down below what you guys are working on for a project car. I want to hear what you guys are working on. If you guys are working on more muscle car, anything JDM like my Prelude, or maybe even something 4x4 like the Jeep. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Told my brothers one day we gon' make it. We just gotta grind for that paycheck. Mama told me one day I'll be famous. Remember when she used to say she hate this. Back then they would laugh when I say shit. Now I'm inside all them people's playlists. So one day I'll be stomping.